Hi everyone, and welcome to a new episode of Days Podcast along with a new video. I want to say thank you guys so much for watching, viewing, liking, subscribing, listening. Just thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. I have recently posted a new Patreon episode as far as for Spotify, Patreon video, as far as on Patreon, sorry guys. But again, I wanted to make sure I'm giving you guys as much as possible, and will continue to. And yes, I think it's time that we get back to continuing on the free content. Why not? And we can talk about rappers. We can talk about male and female. Well, we're going to talk about a few females. We'll start with this one right here. So today we are going to talk about Invasion of Privacy by Cardi B. I wanted to do this commentary as well because there is still very much there's still very much more anticipation than there was before for her second album, and we are going to talk about why. So let's get into it. Invasion of Privacy is the debut album by Cardi B. It was released on April 6, 2018 through Atlantic Records. So it's been 6 years now. 6 years ago, I was 24. When this came out, I was just as shocked as everybody else to just really see a new album from Cardi B. Originally planned as an EP and primarily a hip-hop record, it also includes elements of trap, Latin trap, and R&B. It features production from 30 Rock, Andrew Watt, Benny Blanco, Boy Wonder, Craig Kalman, Q Beats, DJ Mustard, Frank Dukes, Jay White, Did It, Keys, Murder Beats, Needles, Taney, and Vinyls, among others. The album features guest appearances by Migos, Chance the Rapper, Kehlani, SZA, 21 Savage, J Balvin, Bad Bunny, and YG. The album debuted atop the U.S. Billboard 200, earning 255,000 copies. Album equivalent units in its first week, with 103,000 coming from pure album sales. It has been certified quadruple platinum by the Recording Academy. It was supported by 5 singles: Bodak Yellow, Bartier Cardi, featuring 21 Savage, Be Careful, I Like It with Bad Bunny and J Balvin, and Ring featuring Kehlani. Both Diamond certified singles, Bodak Yellow and I Like It, reached #1 on the Hot 100, making her the first female rapper to achieve multiple chart toppers. Upon release, the album set multiple streaming records, including being the first album by a female artist to debut with more than 100 million streams on Apple Music, while she became the first female artist to chart 13 songs simultaneously on the Hot 100. It also became the first album in music history to have all its tracks certified platinum or higher by the Recording Academy. It was the top female rap album of the 2010s, according to the Billboard 200 decade end chart. It broke the record for longest charting album by a female rapper on the Billboard 200, surpassing The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, and has spent 3 full years on the chart. In December 2019, it was the most streamed female rap album on Spotify and Apple Music, and the most viewed female rap album on YouTube. According to the Record Academy, it is the best-selling female rap album of the 2010s. So this album really it really set the tone for a lot. and I'll explain why once I finish this part. Invasion of Privacy was met with critical acclaim. A number of music publications included it among their list of best albums of the year, with Rolling Stone and Time listing it at number 1. Several publications ranked it among the best albums of the 2010s as well, with Rolling Stone placing it at number 34. Among its accolades, it won Best Rap Album at the 61st Annual Grammy Awards, with Cardi B becoming the first female rapper to win the award as a solo artist. It was also nominated for Album of the Year, with I Like It being nominated for Record of the Year and Be Careful being for Best Rap Performance. It became the first female rap album in 15 years to be nominated for Album of the Year. Bodak Yellow was nominated Best Rap Song and Best Rap Performance at the previous ceremony at the 2019 BET Awards. Invasion of Privacy won the BET Award for Album of the Year. The album was made available for streaming and digital download on April 5th, 2018, but was not available on any physical format upon its initial release. The album was eventually released on vinyl on December 7th, 2018, and its CD release, initially scheduled for September 28th, 2018, was released on February 22nd, 2019. So, because the sales skyrocketed so much, being able to push out units of actual CDs had to be, delayed a little bit, because it was like everyone's streaming so much of this album, and rightfully so, because it did so well. So what I wanted to say was, connecting what I was trying to say earlier, this was a big deal because we're talking 2018 when this was released. Even just looking at when the singles were released. So Bodak Yellow came out June 16th, 2017. And we're in July right now. So by this time and by the end of the month of July, the single was like number 1. Just, she went off. And it didn't debut at number 1. It grew to number 1. And I think that's what was letting her know, the public know, and just everyone as a whole, like, you can debut at number 1, and that's great because people have, if you're anticipated so much, obviously the sales and the streams are gonna just start roof. But even for her, where she was literally like piecing this album together from literally this single, maybe even having a couple songs right next to it to be like, okay, this could possibly be on the album, but this song carried and brought in a whole slew of songs that no one was ready for. And she took that moment and said, this is me, this is what I wanted y'all to be able to have, and not have to dissect me in such a way, because Cardi B is she's different. And I think that's what, a lot of people misunderstand her for, is the fact that she is relatable, and the fact that she doesn't have to do as much as others others had done to just come out and be her. And I think that's what really brought the world to really, look at her, love her, appreciate this album, because it was just like, we haven't had someone just come out and talk their shit and be good at it, and we have, but I just think the recognition and the placement of it all, like, where it's like, okay, we already have a couple rappers that are out, and of course we're not taking in other rappers that are out, because there's the legends, which we can say as 2024, that, you know, are still around, that may have other ventures, that probably are still releasing music in other ways. And the way that, you know, there's other rappers that I will be talking about, male and female, that, you know, not everybody was able to really have their moment to just be like, I'm here, as opposed to doing features and other music videos before their album was to really drop, in which Cardi did too. So yeah, prior to the release of the album, Bodak Yellow reached #1 on the US Hot 100, while several collaborations also reached the top 10. Those singles set multiple chart records, including making her the first female rapper to land her first 3 entries in the top 10 of the Hot 100, and the first female artist to achieve the same on the Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs chart. With her collaboration with Bruno Mars' Finesse remix, she became the first woman to have 5 top 10 singles simultaneously on the Hot R&B Hip Hop charts. In March 2018, Cardi announced at the iHeartRadio Music Awards that the album will be released in April. She announced the release date and the title, posting the album artwork in her social media pages on March 27, 2018. So she was letting people know. So March 27th, literally within a week and a half prior to the album, she was letting people know it's coming. And that's why, from her doing that, it shows how much power she has now, where it's like, it don't gotta be like that. And she, you know, with, you know, other artists, they can drop at any given time. Some people may have to just tell people within a month's time, like, hey, you know, I'm gonna be releasing. But I be having some type of sense, or actually no, I have a really great intuition where it's just like, a lot of times people have albums done and they're already working on something else, but they polish what they're going to put out, and they look at the way that the world is moving and what's going on to just be like, all right, here's the date. So it's not so much that even with her next album that she's coming out with, that it's not damn near done. I believe it's pretty much done. But I'm saying, like, I feel like it's pretty much done in the sense of quality. I don't think it's done in the sense of we need to publish it out, put it out, release. I think the quality of the album for what we're going to get is done. And I think that Cardi is just making sure, like, all right. But as far as the album itself for her next album, I think it's done. And I'm only saying this because, like I said, she could release it at any given time. But why release it at certain times that, you know, you may want to release it with other things that could make it even more, you know? And that's what she was doing here. So why not, you know, continue the energy with that, you know? But yeah, guys, I already told you guys from the release, it did really well. She was at the VMAs, okay? At the pre-show on August 27th. Jimmy Fallon as well, October 18th. Performed at Saturday Night Live as well. We didn't even know that she was pregnant. And she was at Coachella. So despite her being pregnant, she still was out, you know, doing things up until July, which is the month that we're in. I believe Culture's birthday soon. If not, maybe today. This week, sometime this week, around this time. Long story short, yes, she also had canceled her performance due to her pregnancy, which was at the Wireless Festival. Her summer tour in support of the album, which would run from May 4th until July 29, 2018, that was kind of canceled. Not even kind of, was. But, you know, she was originally scheduled to be opening for Bruno Mars, and this was during September and October of 2018, but she withdrew based on the fact that she just had Culture. Like, literally, this was all back to back. was at the Met Gala as well. You know, she definitely, yeah, average score of 84. Like, so this, and again, yeah, these ratings don't lie. Did really well. So let's look at the track list. Let's see where the track list is right here, because I need y'all to know these songs. It definitely had impact. It had impact. Yeah, so first song, Get Up 10. And Get Up 10 is pretty much, you know, if you had to listen to any of her mixtapes, which I believe there's 2 or 3, but if you listen to those mixtapes, Get Up 10 is like all of those songs put in one, just to kind of just bring people into understanding, like, more, I'm not in mixtape mode no more, like this is album mode, like I'm here. Then there's Drip, which is track 2 featuring the Migos. And as far as with that song, it's a good song, you know. It was bringing out the versatility, you know, just, it was bringing out the sense that she could really rap with the dudes too. And she was doing that even in the midst of her singles too. And I mean multiple male artists, even after this album. Not just say the dudes, as in the Migos. Like the Migos, they did good on this song. As far as with her and you know, those were men that she was, you know, around collaborating with, even on their projects as well. Track 3, Thick and Head, which is I think that's a little underrated. Yeah, I don't hear that enough talked about. It's a good song. Bodak Yellow, track 4, get you right into the single. Like, all right, you know, we here. Like, you know, you better, little bitch, you can't fuck with me if you wanted to. Like, then there's track 5, Be Careful. And then there's track 6, which is Best Life, featuring Chance the Rapper. Then track 7, which is I Like It, with Bad Bunny and J Balvin. So by track 7, you're just, I myself, you know, when I was traveling and working and just doing different things, when this album was playing, like the beats, and I'd be in New York a few times and have this on, and I would feel like, you know, like I'm in New York, like, and not even in just New York, like I would just be out, even in my own city. Like I'm from Massachusetts, I'm from Boston, so it's just like when I hear different things and different songs from even different people, like it really, I feel cultured, I feel like enlightened, I feel inspired and honored, and I appreciate art as it is as a whole, you know. So, but yes, by track 7, you're like, oh my god, like she's really getting us going. Track 8, Ring, featuring Kehlani. That's a little underrated too. It just pretty much her, similar to Be Careful, just letting a man or even her man know, listen, figure it out, what are you doing? And there's another song that I'm gonna get to that's kind of alluding to that as well. Track 9, Moneybag, which that's a good song. I think that's a little underrated too. Yeah. Barty or Cardi, now that was pushed a lot. That's a good song. She Bad, now that's a good song too. I think well, I would have wanted her to do a few more videos for this album, but I knew that from her being pregnant and even after having Culture, after a while it just wasn't a need. The music was good, you know. We just, you know, her performing the songs, and even when she does go on tour, you know, that it'll hit different, because it's like, oh my god, like, girl, you've been around for over 6 years, like you've been doing it, okay. And then there's track 12, which is Through Your Phone, which is, like I was saying, like whether it's Ring, Be Careful, Through Your Phone, like those are the 3 songs that you can see throughout the album, where it's kind of just opening up the fact that no, I'm not in the best space with you, and you need to respect me. You know, that's just the best way to say it. Don't matter who you are. And he could, and even for this perspective of it being the other way around for a guy, like, you know, it's just, you don't want no one just wasting your time, taking advantage of it, making you feel odd for even having time of your own. Like, you should be able to just coexist with this person just as much. And then there's track 13, which is I Do featuring SZA. And yeah, that's another song that's underrated because y'all giving SZA life now. Like, no, her and Cardi been chilling, you know? So that's what I can say about that. But yes, this album is definitely legendary. It is a Grammy Award winning album. And as far as recorded between 2017 to 2018, on my view on female rap, you can't count her out. That's how I feel. I don't care what other fan bases, and I'm tired of people thinking that when I say other fan bases that it only sticks to just one. There's multiple fan bases that are in other genres that just be attacking this girl sometimes, and I just be like, no. I think all fan bases need to stay in their own lane with their artists and fave and just support them and do that. Why is everyone bashing other fan bases? Child, it's not necessary. And I feel like that's why she called it invasion of privacy, because it's like, even when she wanted to be pregnant, possibly, even if she wanted to publicly say that she's married, she couldn't. Because y'all act up. Y'all act crazy. Y'all act like a bitch can't fucking really want to rap or really do rap or really is trying to perfect her way of rapping, that others rap and y'all just be going off. Like, no. It had to come from somewhere. Everything comes from somewhere, you know? And I'm not trying to make it into a pun intended or anything, but then again, bitch. So I'm just saying, like, she is legendary just from this one album. She knows it. A lot of times she has to damn near pinch herself with 2 kids or more, because it's just like, am I really that girl that be going off? And it's like, yeah, you be going off. So that's my end of my commentary. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I truly appreciate you guys listening, watching, viewing, and hearing me out, and I will definitely be back with more.